Hi there, my name is Marlene Adzema, and I will be your instructor for Com125 Interpersonal Communication Online. I'd like to take a few minutes to show you around our course so you know where to find all pertinent course information, due dates, content, etc. Our course will run on a weekly basis, and so each week the first thing you want to do is go to the course homepage, which I have up here, and look for the weekly news item. You'll see this red bar here, but you notice there's no information underneath this. If you don't see information underneath this, you need to click on this arrow and click on the Go to News tool item. Once you do that, you will be able to see the news item for that particular week. So you want to read through the news item each week to see what our focus is. You'll find general information about what we'll be doing each week in your course calendar, and then more specific information in the news item. Anything that I need you to look at, I have linked to here in the news item, so you would just click on those links. And I'll put course content information on there. Sometimes I'll put outside videos or outside reading that I'd like you to watch or read. And so each week you'll start with the news item and read through that information. At the bottom of the news item, I'll put the reading for that week, as well as any pertinent information for that week or the weeks ahead. So generally, everything should work fine for you. If you're having difficulty connecting, which I have down here in Explorer, you may want to try using Mozilla Firefox as your browser, and generally Chrome works fine with D2L. So up here, we'll go back to the course homepage. Again, that's where we found our news item just by clicking this arrow and going to the news tool. Up here next, we have the course content page. And on the course content page, I'll include all information for the course in terms of assignments or web links or anything that you may need to access. And so when you look at the table of contents here, you'll see these different modules with syllabus, discussion post guidelines, etc. And you can click on each of these modules to pull up that information. And so the discussion post guidelines are of particular importance for you to read. If you haven't already read those, you can click here and then you can pull that up. If you choose to print out a document, you can go down here to the print icon and print it, or you can just view it online. And then if you want to get back to the table of contents, you go up here. So all course information is listed in the table of contents, all of the assignments that we do. I also have lots of web links listed here. And if I would like you to view a web link for our class discussion that week, I will include that web link on our news item. But if I have links that I just think are interesting or I'd like to just put up there, perhaps I've shared a link in our news item and that news item is no longer visible, I'll include the web links here in our content as well. So you can see underneath each of these modules a number, and that indicates how many links are visible within that particular module or that submodule. So if you go down here, you'll see additional course content with quiz reviews, final exam reviews, and once you click on that module, you'll see the list of items come up. Each of these are PDFs. You can just simply click on these, and once you click on it, you can download it if that's what you would like to do, or you can view it right in D2L. And so as you go and look at the course content here, again, you would just click up here on the table of contents. So that's a little bit about our course content. Here's the link to the class list, and if you need to email me, I'm here on the list. You can click on my name and click on email. If for some reason you'd like to email multiple members of the class, you can just click on their names and hit the email link as well. Next, we have the discussions link, and that's right up here. And when you first start the course, you want to make sure that you look at the discussion guidelines for that course. So how do the discussions run in terms of what day do they start, what day does the discussion close, and what day of the week is your first discussion due, and then what day are your 2 peer responses due each week. So generally, we'll have 2 to 3 discussion questions each week. And when you first view the discussion, you can read it here, read the question, and then you would click on this link to answer. Now what's important here before we go in here to note is that for the majority of the discussion questions, you will need to post a response before you can see your classmates' responses. So you'll click here to post your thread. You click on Start a New Thread, you post your response to the question, but you won't be able to see anybody else's response at that time. Once you've clicked on Start a New Thread and you've posted your response, then you'll be able to see your classmates' responses, and then you can go back in and post your peer responses later in that week. So at the very bottom of the discussion module here, you see peer postings, and this is just a place if you would like to communicate with your classmates directly. You can start a thread, post a comment, a question, anything that you'd like to address to your classmates. So I might view that from time to time. I might look at this from time to time, but I will not respond to your postings in that. So if you need to contact me directly, you need to email me with any questions that you may have. So that's a little bit about our discussions. Next is the Dropbox. And if you click on the Dropbox, you'll see a list of the assignments that are due in this class, the written assignments rather. And so what you would do for each of these is when it's time to hand it in, you just simply click on it. And once you click on that, you want to click on Add a File. So you click on the link, you click on Add a File, and then you can go out to your computer or your USB, wherever your file is. You click on Upload, and then you would just go into your documents, find the particular document that you're looking for, and then click on that and open it. And so I'd like you to submit all of your written assignments as Microsoft Word documents. And so you would upload that Word document, and then you would click this Add button, and it would upload here into the Dropbox. Now what I'll do then is once you've uploaded your assignment, I will see it, and then I'll be able to read it, and I'll give you some feedback. So you'll see a little chat icon here, and if you click on that, once you see that icon, it means I have some feedback posted for you. You can click on that chat icon, and then the feedback that I left you will come up for you, so you can read that. So that's a little bit about the Dropbox. Next we have the quizzes here, and I've got all of your quizzes and your final exam will be under the quizzes header. And so these are all future quizzes for this class. When a quiz is due that week, you'll see it as current quiz, you'll see the date range for each of the quizzes, and then when you're ready to take that quiz that week, you just simply click on the quiz, and then down here there'll be a button that says Start Quiz. So you're allowed one attempt per quiz, and you need to finish that quiz in one sitting. So you want to make sure that you allow yourself enough time to complete the quizzes. Generally, I give you 1 hour to complete each of the quizzes, and then the final exam, you have longer, so you have 3 hours. So that's plenty of time for each of those. So that's a little bit about the quizzes, and then finally the grades are here. And so I will post all of your grades, and they will be visible to you. So you can come in here, look at your grades, see how you're doing on your assignments, keep track of your grade. And I'll also post feedback to you on all of your discussion posts. So each week I'll read your first response to each discussion question after you've posted that. So the due date for that is midweek. And once I've read that discussion post and I've given you feedback, if you're not happy with the grade that you received on that discussion, you can go back into the discussion thread and enhance your answer. So if you'd like to add additional content to your discussion response, you would simply go back to your particular discussion response, click on that, and then you would just simply reply to your thread and add additional information. So that would give you an opportunity to then potentially enhance that grade on that particular discussion question. So that's a little bit of information about our course and how to navigate our D2L page. If you have any additional questions that I didn't answer, please do not hesitate to contact me immediately so that I can answer those questions for you. Thanks very much. Have a good day.